In this video, we are going to talk about what it feels like to have healed the fearful avoidant attachment style. I am Pauline and I am so happy you are here because not too long ago I made a video on what it is like to be healed from the fearful avoidant attachment style, and I know that it just helps so much to kind of see the other side. You are trying to get to the other side. You are trying to heal the fearful avoidant attachment style. So what does that look like? What does that feel like? What is life like when you have healed? And so I am always looking for ways to help you even more. And I think this is one of the most powerful ways to kind of show you where you're going and what it feels like when it is all said and done, when you get to a certain point, because what you're doing is no small feat. It's not an easy thing to do. And I just want you to know that you are incredibly courageous for doing this, for having the courage to look at yourself this way, to take responsibility, to heal, and to give yourself that freedom and invest in yourself in a way for the rest of your life. So because it's such a big accomplishment, such a big thing, it's almost like you are working towards the Olympics or something, or climbing Mount Everest. I know it can feel that way sometimes. And so I want you to know what it feels like when you've won. I can totally imagine that that if you would be working towards the Olympics, that you would be curious to know what somebody feels when they've won a gold medal. It can help you to kind of get in that mindset of having already done it, having already being there. And that helps you see different options and different possibilities than when you only see your healing journey from the point of I am unhealed and I am working towards healing and I'm not sure what that looks like. So what I am trying to do or give you is that perspective of already having already being on the other side and seeing what that looks like. And what that feels like, because you will get there. It is just a matter of time. You will get there. So what it feels like to have healed the fearful avoidant attachment style and really accomplished such a big thing. That's how it feels for me, at least. I feel like I have done a big thing, and always in these videos I want to say it's not perfect. It's not like I'm perfect now and I never ever have any problems or any negative emotions or whatever. I have videos about that, like how I know I've healed the fearful avoidant attachment style. So please watch that first to just get a little bit of nuance and perspective. But what it does feel like now that I've healed is that it feels like how I am now is almost like forged in fire. That's really, I think, the best way to describe it. It's not that now I'm healed and oh, that's it, you know. It's, I know that I've been through a lot and I've dug deep in that and learned so much about myself, about how the human psyche works, about how pain works, how trauma works. And that gives a certain power that gives so much freedom. If I would have been securely attached from the beginning, because now I am very much dominantly securely attached, but if I would have been from the beginning, it would be awesome. But I mean, it would lack such a rich part of understanding so much about myself and about other people and how people work and how they react the way they react. And because of that, I think I know myself and what I'm worth more clearly than maybe 80% of people. I don't know, because I put so much into healing, because I invested so much in myself. It just gives this power in a way, because also there's pretty much nothing anybody could do now that would really surprise me, in the sense that I can recognize unhealthy behavior. And what I see in securely attached people that I know is that they sometimes cannot wrap their heads around why people can be mean, or why people can just do things that they don't understand, because they never experienced that. And when you've gone through trauma and you've healed an insecure attachment style, and specifically this attachment style, I think you've experienced pretty much the whole range of human emotions and protection mechanisms and coping mechanisms. And there's just this understanding that you already are developing, or have right now, because you're watching these videos and you are healing already. So you're already building that rich library almost of all the human emotions and human feelings and human messiness. And therefore you will see that when you've healed, that is such a liberating power to know that people can't really manipulate me. I don't want to say never, because I don't want to feel like I know it all. I definitely don't want to come over as knowing it all. It might be that people still surprise me and that I really don't know what to do, but I do think that about 90% of what people miss when it comes to controlling behavior, or manipulative behavior, emotional manipulation, which happens so much, I think I can recognize 90% of it. And I know that it's not my responsibility and it's not my thing, and therefore that just feels so, I can only say powerful. And this may come off as like almost arrogant. I really don't mean to make it seem like I know better, or know it all. You are no different. You know this too. You are healing, and once you've healed, you will have this exact same thing. You will be able to recognize what people are doing and not attach to that at all, not take it personal at all. And that is just a gift in relationships, because then you just get to be yourself and not be drawn into games that people sometimes play out of pain. So yeah, I think that's more powerful than being securely attached from the beginning and not having all these experiences. So sometimes really being confused about what people mean or why they do the things they do. You will know way better. You can understand that way better. Also, what it feels like to have healed the fearful avoidant attachment style, which may come out weird after just saying all these things about being powerful and stuff, is it's so humbling to just know that being human is messy and that I'm not special, and therefore I never want to come off as being special, because that is what I've learned. I'm not special. I'm not better than other people. I used to believe that. I used to always think I'm above others or below others. That's just what fearful avoidant tendencies do, because that feels more safe. I have videos about that too, why you do that. But because of the whole healing process, I just know that being human is messy. It's not perfect. You won't get to a perfect place, and that's okay. And that I'm not special and I don't have to be. And to be honest, that is very liberating as well. I don't always have to do things differently. I don't have to work to be special, to be safe. It's okay to be normal, whatever that means. And that just gives me more freedom to really connect to people instead of trying to be different in a way so that I can be special. I'm really grateful also. I noticed that almost on a daily basis. And I choose to be grateful also to the girl that I was 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and I had no idea what was happening. And I could have handled that in many different ways. I could have run away. I could have just dove even deeper into my patterns and mechanisms. But instead, I don't know why, but I chose to heal, to stay in this relationship and to heal. And I'm grateful that I did. It was so hard at times. There were so many times that I thought, this is not leading anywhere. What am I doing? I'm crazy. I just have to break up, and I'm just too scared to do that. Everybody else is right. And it was really hard to just commit and keep going when I had no idea what the next step would be, or what it would look like to be healed or to feel better. But I just kept going and got the motivation from different sources, and sometimes I just didn't have motivation, but I just kept going because I just didn't know what else to do. And I'm just grateful that I did. All those hours, all those weeks, months, years of healing and regressing and relapsing and feeling utterly powerless and helpless. It was really hard, and I'm just really grateful that I stuck to it, because I think that also builds power. That also builds confidence. I know I can see things through now, even though I could not see a lot of other things through because of the fearful avoidant tendencies to push and pull and to destroy and build. I just always kept healing on and off. I mean, there were months and maybe somewhere even almost a year where I didn't heal at all. But I always returned back, and it has given me a life that I couldn't have dreamed of when I was in the midst of my fearful avoidant days 12 years ago. So healing has given me so much life back, and I have many more years to enjoy it. It now feels, it didn't feel like that when I was doing it, but it now feels like such an investment in my self and in my life. And really, so many times I felt like there was just no other solution. There was a long time I was suicidal because I couldn't imagine living life with this, and struggling so much and having so many mental health issues. And I just chose to heal and dive even deeper into that. And because of that, that just feels like an investment that is just going to pay off for the rest of my life. That freedom that I feel now, that happiness that I feel now, that knowing that I can live a life that is true to myself, and that is so much easier than I ever thought life would be. That is just, it's priceless. It really is priceless. And I really truly so wish for you that you feel that same power, because you have that in you already. You have that in you. I really am no different from you. And I wish for you that you feel what it feels like to be so grateful to yourself, and feel like you are forged in fire, because that's what you're doing right now. You are forging yourself in fire, and that's not easy. That is definitely not easy, and a lot of people shy away from that and just don't do it. And you're doing it. So no matter what that looks like, no matter what that feels like, whether that feels messy or impossible or overwhelming, you're doing it. And that's what counts. And that will give you so much more than you can even imagine. It will give you, just the process of healing will give you so much confidence and trust in yourself, and love for yourself, and gratefulness for yourself, and power, and those are amazing things to have. And you are doing that right now. You are investing in that besides the healing part. So I just want you to know that if this feels really difficult and impossible, that's okay. It's logical that it feels that way. You're not doing it wrong. You're not too broken. You're not more broken than others. This is just a really complicated process, and you're doing it. And that's amazing and courageous. And you will get to a point where you just are so incredibly grateful to yourself that you went through this and you committed and you just kept going, even if you didn't know how or where to get the motivation from. You just kept going. So yeah, that's what it feels like to have healed the fearful avoidant attachment style and kind of be on the other side. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was clear. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. As always, I am so happy you are here on this channel, but also on this earth. And I will see you in the next one.